All right, you guys. So the following video is cut and edit from a previous live stream where me and Home Movie Collection 8k did an impromptu 4K battle. Unfortunately, my live stream guest flaked on me, so I had him come up just in case anybody wanted to take the link and do a battle against him. Unfortunately, nobody did, so we had an impromptu 4K battle. So if you haven't seen this live stream, sit back, relax. Here's a battle that you guys have not seen. I hope you enjoy it. And once again, thank you guys. We are 1 year into these battles. Couldn't have done it without all of you. So thank you. I hope you enjoy. Peace.
There you go. Yeah, I'm game. Whatever you want to do. I see someone in the comments is calling you like Vince McMahon. That you just need to get in the ring.
I haven't even seen that one yet. That is awesome. Okay, well, we can do it. And I got my dog here driving me crazy. That's why I keep looking down. He wants to go outside. So this gives me a chance to let him out and grab my movie. So I have your questions pulled right here on my phone. So the first question that you gave me was best 4K transfer.
Okay, it might be a minute, but I'll see what I can pull up.
All right, let's go. Here we go, you guys. So I'm gonna pull my best 4K transfer. Don't want to leave you guys for too long and they're just sitting quiet. So Video J says 4K, watch your mouth. Will Record Beat says greatest show ever with the worst ending. I guess you're talking about Game of Thrones. Video J says Avatar doesn't hold up these days, man. Mid-Level Media says the big game in battle in Game of Thrones with Jon Snow and Ramsay. Mid-Level Media, come on, just like the chairman Vince, you have to roll up your sleeves and get in there. There goes that comment he was talking about. Wow. You know what, Mid-Level Media, maybe I should go ahead and battle you, sir. Mid-Level Media, Mid-Level, one of the best battlers. Okay. Yeah, he's been up here a few times. I'm definitely going to get him in here again. Wendell Otley says, do it. Video J81 says, don't spoil the show. Movies and Train Studio says, all right. I think my favorite 4K transfer is 1917. Video J81 says, best sci-fi you all have. Okay, that might be a question. Hopefully I can remember that. Lapcat20 says, I'm late. Did I miss a lot? Lapcat20, so far we've just, talked about the Army of the Dead trailer. We showed the Winter Soldier and Falcon trailer. And, we've just been talking about what's up and coming right now and, just some other films we like watching and, what we're currently watching right now. So you haven't missed a lot. No one wanted to take the link tonight in battle. So Chris talked to me earlier and said, hey, let's just do a little friendly battle. I know you have nothing but 4K. So here's a few questions. If you just want to have a good time, you want to get up out of your chair, pull some movies, we can do it. So that's what we're doing right now. First question was your best 4K transfer. Chris, if you want to go, I can go ahead and let my dog back in real quick.
Sounds good. Okay, I am going to hit you with a wild card. I know there's a lot of folks that, would probably mention something like this. I'm not going to use that. That was Blade Runner, so I'm not going to use that one. I am going to use something that I picked up a couple months ago that really shocked me, given the age of the movie and given the quality of the transfer. And I am going to show you guys Spartacus.
When you said that, I kind of thought about that one because you told me to buy that one.
Yeah, this movie looks like it was shot yesterday, and it was made in 1960. Transfer on that was just outstanding. There's nothing really more to say about that. As far as I have seen Mortal Engines, I have that one in the collection. I've Gemini Man's great, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Spartacus.
Okay, so let me ask you real quick: are you gonna pick up the Ten Commandments?
I've never seen it before, so we'll see. Maybe for sale. I got Spartacus for $9, so I was happy with that. Actually, I think I saw you mentioned it was $9, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll get that, and I was shocked at how good it looks.
All right, so my pick, when I think of 4K transfer, my mind automatically goes to an older catalog title that's brought over to the 4K format and how good it looks. So I went back and I pulled Christine.
Ooh, I don't have that one in my collection, so yeah, that I've heard that's really nice, really sharp.
It really is, man. The Christine, the car itself, oh my gosh, that red pops so well. Like, it took me a while to finally get it in my collection. I knew I wanted it, so I just finally decided to grab it when I seen it for a really good price, and I'm glad I picked it up. My choice was either to pull this or Cliffhanger, and I said, okay, I'm gonna pull this one.
Yeah, they need to put Demolition Man in 4K. I wish we had that one.
Yeah,
Cliffhanger was nice.
Yep, I would love to have that. It is so many movies I would love to have on 4K format. It's ridiculous. I'm surprised like there's not much more stuff getting, pushed through real fast. I wouldn't care to get kind of a dumbed down version, so to say, that may not come with a slip cover or may not come with the digital code. If they would at least give us some of these old great catalog titles, I'd bite the bullet on it.
Well, did you see they announced Aliens and Alien 3?
Yes.
And the whole series is coming in 2022. That was kind of surprising, given what was going on with Disney.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like those slip covers though. It looks a bit too no, it does not fit the Alien. Yeah, it's got too much going on. It looks like a Star Wars slip cover to me. It's very busy, too many neon lights.
Right.
All right, Mid-Level Media says Christine is a top 3 Carpenter flick. Lapcat20 says my favorite 4K is The Revenant. It was mine for a long time as well until some other stuff started coming out. It's still spectacular.
I have to say that we watched that when it came out. I saw it on Blu-ray. I totally have the 4K. It's still in the plastic. That's something I gotta. Hey, I gotta fix that soon.
if you've been around my channel for a very long time, I had The Revenant still in the cellophane wrap for at least a year and a half before I took it out and watched it. So
yeah, it's a great flick for sure.
Side Hustle Cinema says I vote for Christine. Wendell Oddly says 1 vote for Christine. What's if you could pick one movie right now to come on 4K tomorrow, what would it be?
Well, Heat is coming, so I'm really happy about that. I recently upgraded my sound system to an Atmos sound system, so some of that stuff is a lot more impactful. The one that isn't on 4K that I wish was coming. The Departed.
Okay, yeah, that's a nice one. For me, I gravitate we're getting Heat, we're getting Speed. Those have been on my list for quite some time. So there's 2 more that I'm really waiting on. That's True Lies and Twister. Especially if they give us Twister. Especially if they give us Twister and Atmos. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, something like The Perfect Storm would be pretty cool too. To hear all those waves and wind and stuff.
All right. I'm not really going to count the votes up unless you really want to. We can just move on to the next one.
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
See, that was interesting. That was one where the slipcover didn't matter on that one. So I was surprised I got a slipcover with Spartacus. To be honest, but I was telling you before that with battling and stuff like that on some of the previous ones I had seen, I probably couldn't compete with anybody that has a bunch of steelbooks and whatnot. It would just be the movie, because I was more so about grabbing the picture versus, and having the film in the collection versus, getting the super collector's edition for sure.
Now, movies and Train Studios has a very good one right here, man. I don't know why they gave us that remake. Horrible. Please give us the original Point Break on 4K at some point. I'm waiting on it.
Johnny Utah. Yep. That's right. That was one of the original heist movies.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Your next one says best audio mix.
All right, I know what I'm gonna hit you with right away on this.
I have no clue, so this one might take a second. Now, I'll be honest, this one's really tough for me. I'm more into the picture quality than the audio quality. I'm still waiting to get an Atmos set up. Hopefully, that will be coming really soon. So, I've just thought about something. What movie would I pull out once I get it that I would love to hear? Looks like Vincent Smith. I just looked at Midway. I said, I should probably pull Midway, but I thought War. War is gonna be the go-to, so I pulled a War film. So you're pretty close. You're right there, Vincent. Jared Runner says, "Well, hello there." Movies and Train says, "Aquaman has my favorite audio track for any movie on the format." And see, another thing I was thinking about while I was looking when I went to my other shelves over on the other side of the room, I said, let me think about something that probably has great music along with, a bunch of explosions, some overhead height sounds, and something that's really gonna go around your soundstage. So hopefully I pick something good. It's probably not very good music. Far as musical score, I probably should have pulled like maybe a Batman or something with some Hans Zimmer soundtrack and stuff like that. That would have probably been a good pick. But looks like we got Chris back. So I guess Chris, since you went first the last time, I will go ahead and go this time.
Sound good?
All right. So for mine, I picked Saving Private Ryan.
That's a good pick.
I figured,
that's a for sure good pick.
I don't have the Atmos set up yet. Hopefully coming soon, but I think this is one that I would put in there for that first opening scene, storming of Normandy. I would love to hear it. All those overheads with the bombs raining down on the beach and that sand just blowing up.
Hey, if you want a cheap solution to sample Atmos, kind of in a synthetic way, if you have an Xbox One X or an Xbox Series X, you can pick up that Atmos. There's an app on there that you pay $10 for it, and you can plug in any set of headphones, and it really simulates the Atmos pretty nice. You have to watch the movie with headphones, but we actually did that for about a year and a half or so, 2 years, because we wanted to watch movies while our little ones were asleep and whatnot. So it was a good solution, for that.
Yeah, I've seen it on there before. I just never activated it to do it, and because I could get it on these headphones, but I'm looking into more of maybe a sound bar because this room is small, so I don't want a whole bunch of speakers and stuff just taking up more space. I already want to downsize these shelves because it just doesn't feel right. I'm ready for something different now, so I think I'm just gonna go the sound bar route.
Cool. All right, so the pick that I picked is Godzilla King of the Monsters.
That's funny. I was gonna pick that too.
Well, I had a backup just in case, and just in case you did pick that. And I mean, we saw that in the theater, and that was just, that whole theater was just rocking for that whole movie. So when we watched it on our 4K setup here at the house with the Atmos simulated in the headphones, it was really nice, really dynamic. And off the wall one that I would suggest that has really good music and just is a great movie. It doesn't have an Atmos track, but it has DTSX, straight out of Compton.
I still don't have that. I don't know why I don't.
It's, that whole movie is just really lots of good music in it, and it's just, audio track is like whole thing of that whole movie.
Lapcat20 says he recently watched my favorite audio is John Wick 3. You know what? That's one I've got to watch again. I think I've watched it once, but I really didn't pay attention to it when I put it in. So at some point, I really just need to go ahead and watch all 3 of them again at some point.
I liked part 2 where they were at the rave, with the shootout at the rave, and in the other underground where he had the AR-15 and the shotgun down there. You could really hear all the echoes and stuff.
Wow, here goes a good one. Side Hustle Cinema says the Invisible Man's audio was great. The score was basically a character.
Yeah, I could agree with that. A Quiet Place is just like that too.
Oh yeah, A Quiet Place is great. That was a fantastic movie overall. Like, to have it almost silent the whole movie is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm so waiting on part 2.
We were in the theater. We were in one of those places where you can get dinner and stuff while you watch the movie. And I remember just eating a hamburger or something while we were watching the movie, and you didn't want to like even chew your food because you thought you were going to miss something.
Jared Runner says, I don't own a lot of 4K. Yeah, it's still people that have not really switched over to that format. I totally understand why. It's a little more expensive, and there's not a lot of genres out there for it. So I totally get it. Something just clicked in my head that says, it's time to get rid of the Blu-rays. Just go all 4K, because that's how I built this channel on. So I said, okay, not a lot of people are doing just the 4K. So, let me do that to be a little bit different. So now it's hard for me to go back and buy a Blu-ray unless it's something old that I know probably ain't coming to 4K, or I just feel like I got to have it right now.
Let me give you a little different take on that. So I started kind of collecting a lot of these movies, picking up a lot of 4Ks. I started getting real heavy into collecting about 3.5, 4 years ago or so, mostly with 4Ks. And I kind of skipped over the whole Blu-ray generation. I had collected a lot of DVDs, and I didn't really buy a lot of Blu-rays back then. And then when the pandemic hit this past spring, or almost a year ago, I guess now, I started thinking, gosh, the 4K format, it's all action movies, it's all Marvel movies. There's no comedies, there's no kung fu flicks, there's hardly any horror flicks. And I really kind of felt like when we go to pick a movie at night, we're picking a similar genre. So, and then I started realizing a lot of the Blu-rays, sometimes you can find them for like $5. And I was just like, oh man. So I kind of really tried to increase the collection with Blu-rays. I went the opposite end that you were talking about. And at that time, I didn't really have a great sound system. So, with the speakers behind me or anything like that to simulate 5.1. So, spinning Blu-rays now on the audio system, they still sound pretty good,
Still look really good too. The newer stuff that I've brought on Blu-ray, I'm still wowed by it. Some stuff on 4K really isn't that much of a step up from Blu-ray. So, you kind of got to be selective unless you just really don't care. Like me, if I love the movie, I'm going to buy it regardless. But, like I said, I totally understand why people stick with Blu-ray.
I think it depends. Like something I really wanted that I bought was Under Siege. I bought Under Siege on Blu-ray. It doesn't look that great, and I know that movie's kind of in a submarine and it's kind of dark and all that kind of stuff, and it's just a byproduct of the filming techniques back then. But it just depends if the person releasing the disc has put some effort into cleaning things up even if it's Blu-ray release, like that 13 Ghosts we talked about that we watched, that was released in 2001, and it's let's see, I don't know if it's a 4K scan on an intermediate. It doesn't even say it is, but it looks pretty nice, So
okay. Where did I see that? Lapcat20 says, why isn't the 2014 Godzilla on 4K yet? That one's coming, right? I think I saw that.
Yeah, it's coming next month, I think.
And Wendell says, King of the Monsters looks terrible, but the sound is incredible. Great pick. Side Hustles, well, Video J says, Side Hustle, I agree with Invisible Man. Movies and Train Studios. Oh, another movie that needs 4K treatment is 8 Mile. Video J81 says, Saving Private Ryan is a better movie, but I bet King of Monsters looks great in 4K. Movies and Train Studios, let me tell you, 1917 actually looks really good on DVD even. Wow. Jared Renner says, at the pawn shop, I found one 4K for $2. What 4K was that? Please let us know. Stanley James says, that's a good deal, Jared. Yeah, that's a hell of a deal if you ask me. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's move on to the next one. Your next question says, show your best 4K slipcover. I already got that in mind.
I don't. It might take me a second.
I just got to find it. One day I might do some alphabetical order or something. All right, so I know you guys see me walking around. At some point, I got to clean up the collection. I only have it separated by what's on the top shelf. It starts with steel books, and then it goes into everything comic book, into nothing but slip cases, and then at the bottom, it's non-slip cases. Over across the other side of the room, it's overflow of what's new that I need to put in place. And it's just all the new stuff that I know I still haven't sold, like digital codes or gave them away or anything like that. So at some point, probably this weekend, I need to clean it up, get a little more organized up in here. But thank you guys for holding in there, trying to give you guys a battle tonight. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying this little impromptu, us just, kind of showing off what we got in hand, having a good time with you guys. I don't know if you really was wanting to see these iconic movie scenes that I pulled for you guys. Maybe that'd be a topic for later, because I know Chris can't be up here all night. I don't mind staying up here a little while longer, so we'll just continue to see how things go. Chris is back now, so like I said, this one is best 4K slipcover. I did the last round. I'll go ahead and let you go this time.
Yeah, I think I know what you're going to pull, so I'm going to have to counter that. I'm going to show you this right here. So I don't know if a lenticular counts. It's kind of a box cover, but it's kind of nice. The art that it has on it has a little book with it. Nice little packaging. But if that doesn't count as a true slip, I have a backup. So
go ahead and show your backup just for the fun of it.
Okay. My backup is The Shape of Water. I don't know how well this is going
I
to
like
come
that
out,
one.
but you know, the water just kind of with the reflections and that kind of stuff make it look pretty nice.
Yeah, I like that one. All right, so I've talked about this one plenty of times on my channel, so you may be right about what you think I'm gonna pull. We will
Yep.
see. So I chose Birds of Prey. I know
No,
my
I
lighting's
thought you
not
were
the.
going to pull something else.
I love like all the colors and then that glitter effect that's going on in the
Mhm.
background. I thought it was really, really amazing. This is probably still my favorite slipcover as of right now. I enjoyed this one when I first saw it.
I thought that you were going to pull The Shallows, is what I thought you were going to pull. And
Oh yeah,
that's kind of a
yeah.
rare slipcover, and I think for big collectors, I think there's people that pay like $80 for that slipcover. And I have a funny
Wow.
story. Before I got into 4Ks, The Shallows had just come out, and my wife's a big shark movie fan, and yeah, that slipcover right there, that lenticular. Um, I actually bought a 4K version of that disc, and at the time, I got duped into buying a 4K player that wasn't a true 4K player. It said 4K on the box or UHD on the box, but it was a 4K streaming player. It was capable of streaming
Yeah,
4K,
yeah, yep.
and it didn't. I popped the disc in and it didn't work, and I was like, "What's going on with this?" And so I ended up returning that copy. It was a copy of John Wick that I had bought, the first one, and The Shallows. And I ended up returning The Shallows back to I think Walmart where I got it, and I got the Blu-ray instead. And I should have kept that cover. I should have just kept it, but I was like, no, I need to return the cover too. And yeah, that cover's like some people pay like $80 for it now.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Here's another one. I just pulled real quick. I like this one too because of all the colors, but that Trolls
Mm,
Water, that was pretty nice as well.
right. Yeah, I was thinking about pulling the Hellboy, the remake. It has a really fiery red cover as well on it.
Yeah,
Movie wasn't tremendous, but the slip cover was pretty nice.
yeah, it really was. I just finally watched it the other day. Um, it wasn't that bad like people try to
Hmm.
make it out to be. I kind of enjoyed the watch. I doubt I'll watch it anytime soon again, but it was okay.
Hmm. Right. Exactly.
Side Hustle Cinema says, did anyone watch the new Wrong Turn movie? Any thoughts on it? From what I'm hearing, I don't know if Mid Level Media is still in here. He was commenting earlier. I talked to him about it. He said he enjoyed it more than the first one. I enjoyed the first one, so now that makes me eager to see this one.
I see somebody mention this in the comments. This mayhem right here on
Dude,
4K.
I bought that, started watching it, didn't even finish it. It
Hmm.
looked good. I thought that it came out pretty decent for 4K from that
Hmm.
company, but
Yeah.
I wasn't too much into the movie.
We didn't mind it. It wasn't too bad. It doesn't have HDR on it. It's just a 4K,
Right.
and that's it.
Yeah, that's the same thing they did with Tax Collector. I don't
Mm.
understand it. I guess that
Hmm.
company just doesn't really have the money to invest in.
Right.
All right, Movies and Trains says he is out of here. Have a good night. Stanley James says, all right, see you, Movies and Trains. Jared Runner says, have you heard about Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection coming to 4K? Yes, I cannot wait. All right, so it looks like we got two more if you have time. Well, three more if you still got time to go through three more. If we need to just do one more, just let me know.
Yeah,
But
let's go.
your next one says, show your worst 4K pickup.
Oh, I got that.
All right. All right, guys, that didn't take long. Hopefully, Chris can't hear me, but he made me buy this movie. I fell asleep on it. I don't know if I'm taking any more of his subscriber recommendations ever again.
I heard you on that one because mine came back real quick.
So you already know what it is then, because I think I've told you.
Oh yeah, exactly.
All right. So
Yeah.
well,
Hey, the picture quality is good on it, and it's
it
a
truly
good
is.
mystery.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna watch it again. I will give it another chance because I fell asleep on it. But guys, I went with Murder on the Orient Express. Like he said, picture quality is absolutely amazing. It made me want to go by what is it, The Darkest Hour, because I know it's kind of got that same look and appeal to it.
Don't buy that one. That one's
Don't
bad.
buy that, but I hear the picture quality is really good, so I was hoping for a really good used price on it or something. But I don't know. If you're
I
saying
was actually
don't buy
just
it, I'll
watching.
trust your word on that one.
I was just watching that actually last week because I saw it was on one of the movie channels on cable, and it's just very slow. It's very slow in plotting. So, yeah.
Oh boy, I thought it'd be a good little history lesson for me.
All right, so mine was a blind buy pickup. I heard nothing of the movie. I really like movies that are kind of deal with crime and cops and stuff like that. And I picked this up. I picked it up day one at Walmart, and God, it was so horrible. It's not anything big budget, but do not pick this movie up. This movie is horrible. It is so bad. It's got that's John Cusack right there on the side with the hat, and it's like they photoshopped that hat on him because it's so bad.
It does look like it.
Right.
And you know what? I always see that movie on sale, and I think about it, but then I look at it like, okay, it's always on sale, so something's not good about this movie. So let me steer clear of it. So yeah.
Right.
Side Hustle Cinema says VFW was a terrible 4K. It kind of was. It had that very old school action, movie appeal to it. I love the score on that one. The sound and everything sounded really good. The music, I thought it was a pretty good watch, but I would say it's not the best looking 4K. I wouldn't put it on as reference. Video J81 says only good wrong turn movie was the first one. Yeah, I would agree. But if people are saying this new one's pretty decent, then I'll give it a watch because I enjoyed the first one. They're saying it's better than the first, so might be worth checking out at some point. But your next question says best 4K epic movie to go with your topic tonight. So most epic 4K. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. That's on a grand scale.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess just the best representation of a blockbuster epic movie that's on the 4K format.
Okay.
In your opinion. Yep.
Oh boy.
Don't pick T2. Because it has to be represented.
Wow. All right, you guys. So I got two movies. I'm thinking epic scale, very good picture quality, very good score, music, everything. I got two movies that I really love. Was excited to have on 4K. I knew one had been came out on 4K. Of course, it was coming to 4K. The other one we had been waiting quite a while. It was on everybody's list, so it's very hard for me to pick and choose which one I want to go with. I think I know. I kind of have a feeling what he might go with, so we might have the same movie. We will see. Video J81 says, laugh out loud. All right, Chris is back. Let's see what he got.
Okay, who's going first on this one?
Sure, me? I went last on the Murder on Orient Express.
You sound proud of that. Oh,
Thanks, Chris.
okay. Um, what I picked that I felt like represents um, a lot of big blockbuster stuff, especially in the industry and whatnot. Not everybody's a big fan of this. I know you're not a big fan of this, and this is kind of cheating, but I am going to show this. It's the whole collection of the Star Wars movies on 4K in a special packaging.
Nice. I think you just really wanted to show off that collector set. That's all that was.
Yeah, but you know the only problem with this collector set is I don't have the nice slips with it.
Slips,
So
yeah.
you know what I ended up doing is it came in this nice box, and then I have the movies in just like regular cases on the shelf. You know, because when you go through this book, it you don't really want to go through it too much. I guess you know what I mean. But I will show you guys the book a little bit. So the book kind of has the discs in, you know, a place where you have to grab them from the top. So
okay,
it doesn't lend itself too well to grabbing the 4Ks in and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that better than putting it on the side though, because it can just slide out.
Right. And you know, they even messed up on this for me. They had, if you remember, you may not remember since you're not a big Star Wars guy, but they had released The Last Jedi on disc before this came out. And when I pre-ordered this, it was during the pandemic. And so I jumped on it to get it because I wasn't sure if the other ones were going to be widespread or not, just with printing and all that kind of stuff. And when I got this collector set, there's two. They gave me 2 discs of The Force Awakens in it, and they didn't give me a disc of the 8th movie, the Last Jedi. But
yeah.
luckily, I already had it, so I didn't care. But yeah, it's interesting.
That's funny.
I have a back. The backup I have are the Lord of the Rings.
Okay. See, that's interesting because the funny thing is, you know, I'm not too much of a fan of Star Wars, but I actually thought about either pulling The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker.
Really?
But I didn't. What I chose to pull, I'm going to show the first one that I pulled. I pulled another one as I was walking back, like, let me figure it out. But I went with The Dark Knight.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Epic
I
movie,
think in one of your other battles, one of your other videos, somebody pulled T2 and then somebody pulled The Dark Knight, and a comment was, you know, that's one of the main movies that could go toe and toe to it. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I figured you know, what you're going to get with Christopher Nolan, cinematography is going to be outstanding. The IMAX ratios, even though it's switching throughout the film, I'm so engrossed in it. I don't notice it too much. I enjoy it. Of course, I always wanted to fill the screen as much as possible. So that's the one I went with. My backup was, I don't know, I think you picked it up. I'm not too sure. You kept asking me about it, how it looked and everything, because it was heavy and grain, but my backup was 300 because it's quite an epic movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually did pick it up. I asked for it for Christmas. So somebody got my in-laws got it for me for Christmas.
Nice. So Wendell says Star Wars set is gorgeous. Yes, it is. I actually do want all the Star Wars movies on the 4K. I might have to just slowly buy them at some point. But all right, let's get into this last one before we get out of here. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start with this one. Okay, your last one says best use of HDR. That's gonna be a bit of a tough one for me. I think I might go catalog title on this one.
Okay, I got to think about it for a second.
Yeah, this might take a second, you guys.
Now, let me tell you guys about a time that 4K recommended me something that I didn't like. Just kidding.
I can hear that. Oh, okay, there it is. All right, here we go. Last question. I believe I'm first. Best use of HDR. Hopefully I pulled the right one. But when I think about, you know, bringing something over to the 4K format, I think about how good did it look on Blu-ray? Where did they miss at? And this movie comes into mind with too much use of the color green, and it really had to get cleaned up on 4K. And I think they did a pretty good job of it. You already probably
Matrix.
know where I'm going. That's
Yeah.
right, The Matrix.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Is that a special collector's version of it? Is that the steelbook?
Yeah,
Or-
this is a steelbook for it.
Nice. Yeah, I totally hear what you're saying with that. The Lord of the Rings is similar on the color grading where it was a little green, and
Yes.
it's cleaned up. And I did sample that, and it's noticeable for sure. You ready for me?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to pull something that I had been telling you to get for several years. I believe you did. You did get it, I think, at some point. But I'm going to show you this Mad Max Fury Road. The 4K or sorry, the HDR on this in the desert, just all the different scenes with the clouds, them racing into the lightning, just tremendous.
Yeah.
So
the natural earth tones, those sepia colors, like it, man, that movie, we could have pulled that for audio mix, to be honest. That movie is ridiculously good.
Right. I wish the sequel would come out. I think they're making it. There was some grievances with the director and the company, I guess, and I think they're finally on board now. I think they're making a prequel now with the girl from Split, Anna Taylor-Joy. I think she's going to be the young Furiosa.
Yeah. All I can say is I hope it lives up to the hype, because I can't think of anything bad to say about the movie. So hopefully it ends up being really, really good.
If I remember right, that year, I think Mad Max for the Oscars ended up winning a whole bunch of awards for effects and cinematography and whatnot. And I think that might have been the year where they expanded it to include a few more movies in the Best Picture category. I think it even was one of those movies in Best Picture.
And they had the black and chrome version too, right?
Yeah, but that's only on Blu-ray. So
yeah,
I wish it was on. Well, I wish it was on 4K. There's a version of Logan that has the black and white in it on 4K. I know that.
Yeah, I think I've only watched it once. It looks pretty good. I enjoyed the watch on it. I just don't know if I'd give it a watch again. If I put Logan in again, which is another one of my favorite superhero movies, then I'd still just rather watch it in color.
Right. That's for sure.
So I want to do one more before we get out of here. I'm trying to go back into the comment sections. Somebody had asked a really good question when I said, we can battle it out. Okay, so Video J81. Let's go back to his. Let's do one more and then we're gonna get out of here. So he says, show your best sci-fi that we have. So
yeah,
I don't care if it's
Blu-ray,
DVD, 4K. Just pull your best sci-fi. All right.
Mine was a real quick pick. What's everybody's favorite sci-fi in the comments? There's so many different choices.
All right, I am back. Last one. So I think I'm first, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I wanted to go back to his question because this is pretty much my brother. So I know where he wants me to go with this more than likely. Why he asked this question, what title he wants me to pull. So I bought that title with me, but that's not the title that I want to pull. But his title is he's probably thinking about Alien. He put me onto Alien. I'm not a big Alien fan. I did love Prometheus. I just didn't know the lore behind the Alien franchise. So I got this and was like, okay, let me watch all the Alien movies, try to understand, the whole realm of it. So this is probably what he wants me to pull. But instead, I'm gonna go a little bit of a different route. Probably won't everybody probably be like, oh, I'd rather have Aliens, but I just wanted to go a little bit different, so I went with Oblivion.
Yeah, that was a blind buy for me. And back in the day, I saw it at Target for like $15 when these 4Ks were like 25 all day long. And it was surprisingly good. I thought it was pretty nice. Nice digital crisp picture on it. Good audio. It was good. For my pick, I didn't pick anything that is super mainstream, but I picked something that is, for me, one of my favorite movies. And it's one of the few that I like. I had no question I was going to double dip, even though I bought the Blu-ray of it last year. And when I saw it was coming to 4K, I thought I got to have that just for the audio and the HDR. And the one that I picked was District 9.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. When I bought that, I believe like the second week it came out, I think on 4K. I wasn't the biggest fan of District 9. To me, it was a little cheesy the first time I ever watched it. But on 4K, I enjoyed it a little bit more. It looked very, very good. I could see more of the robot, the aesthetics of the robots and things like that. And I just seen how much a video game took from that film and made their own little video game. So that had me more into the movie, trying to figure out more little pieces and like, hey, they that's where Titanfall stole this from. So I enjoyed the movie a little bit more. It's probably not high on too many people's lists, but I don't regret buying it. I'll say that. And I almost now want to go back and buy a Chappie.
Yeah, I prefer District 9 for that director out of anything. That's one of the movies when you asked me in the beginning, what's a standby movie you could always have on? I could always have that on. There's a lot of adult stuff in it, so I kind of have it on with my kids so much. But yeah, it's just, I love that actor in it, that main lead actor, and it was just such a refreshing take on a sci-fi movie back then. Wish they'd make a sequel. I thought they were at some point, but maybe they'll make it, leave it as a cult classic, as just a singular. They were supposed to be a District 10, I thought, at some point.
Yeah, I remember them saying that was going to go into production, but it looks like they kind of changed their mind on that one. Rock Solid brought up a good one. He says, "Will we get Tango and Cash on 4K?"
That'd be cool.
Choice.
There was a Blu-ray collection I bought with Stallone that has Tango and Cash in it. It's like 5 of his movies, and it has Specialist, Tango and Cash, Demolition Man, all the good ones.
Bill Tyrell says District 9 is good and underrated. Yeah, I mean, I would probably say so. Like I said, I didn't like it first watch ever. Second watch on 4K, kind of fell in love with it. All right, but there we have it, you guys. Behind the Screen podcast, impromptu 4K only battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We're a little over an hour in. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it right there. I thank you, Chris, for coming up. He put the challenge out there. Nobody, unfortunately, took the link, but we do got some great news, right, Chris? Next week, you want to tell?
Oh, yeah. I know somebody that might be interested, and it'd be interesting to see the perspective that is given related to that. So I'm very much looking forward to next week's video.
All right. So hopefully, you guys, hopefully his wife, who has been in the chat tonight, Carrie, she will be up here next week going up against last week's contestant, Daniel Otero. Doesn't look like he's in here tonight. So you guys be ready for that next Thursday. She will be the first lady on the platform, giving it a go. I'm sure her husband will be in the background, trying to coach her through. I'm sure she's got a lot of movie knowledge as well. So I'm happy that, she put it out there that she wanted to come on. I've been wanting to get a female up here for about 2 weeks now. I've reached out to some other ones. They don't respond back to me. So I'm glad she, opened up and said, you know what, put me on there. I'm going. So I cannot wait till next week. First female up here on the panel. So we will see what she has in store. I already have the questions laid out and ready. May have to tweak a few things, really, test that knowledge and see what she can pull. But
I don't know. She pulled this last week on me, or last night. So I think she's got a very wide range. So it'd be fun.
All right. So there we have it, you guys. So everybody that's new here, every Thursday night, the Behind the Screen podcast goes up at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's usually either a movie battle, an interview with another YouTuber, or I just do a solo show, kind of like tonight. But Chris wanted to come up, challenge anybody to come on up and battle him. No one took the link, so we just had a little friendly 4K battle. Kari Morrow says, looking forward to coming up. Can't wait. Thursday can't get here soon enough. But thank you guys. Definitely, if you enjoyed tonight's podcast, hit the like button. Go over. Chris, do you want them to come over, subscribe to you on Instagram?
Oh, no, that's good. I'm just a fan of your channel. I'm a fan of Ken's channel. Just a fan of the community in general. So, everything that you guys put out, your guys' channels have been some of the more entertaining ones I've seen. So, and it's real on here, just to be frank, there's some other channels where you can tell that the stuff that they talk about isn't really real. It's influenced, and I've always liked everything that you've put out. So been following you for years. So it's been fun.
Thanks, man. I definitely appreciate it. I know we hit each other up a lot on Instagram, let each other know, what we bought, what we think each of us should buy, let them know future plans on what we want to get and things like that. So I enjoyed the conversation. Definitely feel good to have you up here taking the time out. I know you've got a busy schedule yourself, so very appreciative of it. Everybody in the chat, Video J81, Mid-Level Media, Stanley James is always here, my nice little moderator I got going, Vincent, Side Hustle Cinema, everybody, you guys, make sure if you're not subscribed, go ahead, subscribe, hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Thank you guys for coming to another episode of Behind the Screen podcast. Until next Thursday, when we will have Miss Morrow going up against Daniel Otero on a movie collection battle. We will see you guys on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Thanks for joining the stream.